What's going on, guys? K9 Tactical here. So here is 9.5 weeks old K9 Waylon. We are doing intro to place. All places is a location on that board there. Prior to this, he has already been taught clickers, marker training. So we will have another video coming out of how to introduce clickers to your dog. But as you can see, when the click happens, Waylon's head spins around and he knows whatever behavior he just offered is what he's being rewarded for. And if he keeps offering that behavior, then the click will happen and aka the rewards will happen. So click equals paycheck. So this is at the beginning here. This was him trying to figure out what it is I wanted him to do. And that is pretty much the concept behind clicker training, is making your dog what I call a forward thinking dog, and making him think through problem solving and not just pretty much be lured but through every behavior that we teach the dog. And what is luring is pretty much what 99.9% of people do with new dogs. They take a treat and they hold it over the puppy's nose and kind of raise it up and say, sit. All right, so to me, that's like if I had to walk around with a paycheck all day long to make my employees work, and then if I don't have a paycheck, they're not gonna work. We have to make the dog become a problem-solving dog and make him figure out what it is we want him to do through figuring out, through problem solving. How do we help him? Is breaking down the ultimate problem, is not the problem, but the puzzle here is, I want Waylon to get on this board. Well, what do I have to do? I have to now break down the behavior of get on the board. So the first step of that behavior is, Waylon, just look at the board. If you show interest to the board, I will click. As you can see, you start to slowly phase out the steps, and it's on to step 2, then 3, then 4. So step 1 was just to look at the board. Step 2 might be show a little bit more interest in the board, maybe go up, maybe touch a nose to it. Step 3 might be putting a paw on it, and then step 4 might be actually getting all the way up on it. So sit back, watch Waylon try to figure this out with other distractions in the room. I try to minimize as much distractions as possible. As you can see, we're in a bathroom with closed doors. I do have Kelsey in the room who's videoing, but as you can see, all I'm doing is marking behaviors. I'm not asking for anything. I'm not trying to cue the dog. I'm not doing any of those type of behaviors that would be pretty much, in my opinion, luring the dog. All we're doing is clicking for the behaviors that we want him to continue and ignoring everything else. So when he jumps around and jumps on me, I don't pay him any mind. I don't tell him no. I don't do anything. The only thing he's going to have interaction with is a positive interaction, and that's for a behavior that I'm looking for. So again, you have to be patient, and ultimately the dog has to want to work and offer behaviors. What if you don't have a dog that wants to offer behaviors? Then we have to maybe make them a little bit more motivated, train around mealtime, hold their meals back until they're a little bit more hungry, then feed them their meals through training. And that's what we're doing here. This is Waylon's fourth meal or third meal for the day. And instead of just throwing it in his bowl, I am making him problem solve to work for. Puppies are very food motivated, so we're going to use that motivation for food for our advantage, their advantage for learning more in the future and becoming a forward-thinking dog, and at the same time they're getting their meals in. So it's a win-win for both parties here. All right, guys, you have to be patient. A lot of you have probably already stopped watching this video. That tells me that you're going to be for the long haul with your dog, and you're going to have a lot of issues. So again, like always, guys, build a bond, build trust, build your team.